What if I told you that the one thing we spend our entire lives trying to avoid, failure, is actually the secret ingredient to success? I know, it sounds crazy, right? But stick with me because understanding this can literally change your life. Today, we're diving deep into a massive mindset shift, how to stop being terrified of failure and start using it as your greatest asset.
So let's just start with this number right here, 80%. For 80% of people, the fear of failing is way stronger than the desire to actually succeed. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. For most of us, playing it safe and not losing feels more important than going out and winning. And that right there, that's this huge invisible wall that stops us dead in our tracks before we even take the first step.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to tackle this weird paradox, the fear of success. Then we'll get real about the true cost of that fear, your untapped potential. After that, we flip the whole script with the main event, failing your way to success. From there, we'll see how to let challenges lift you up instead of drag you down. And we'll wrap it all up with a new mantra to live by. It's not over until I win.
Okay, first up, the fear of success. And yeah, I know it sounds like a contradiction. How can you be afraid of succeeding? But it's not really about success itself. It's about being terrified of messing up, of looking stupid, of failing along the way. And that fear is what keeps us from even starting the journey. It's a vicious cycle that keeps us completely stuck. This right here is the battle going on inside of us all the time. On one side, you've got that desire to succeed. It's exciting, it's energizing, it makes you want to take on challenges and grow. But then there is the other side, the fear of failure. And that's just paralyzing. It whispers in your ear to avoid risks, to just stay where it's safe and comfortable. And for that 80% we talked about, that quiet, cautious voice wins way, way too often. So let's keep going, because when that fear is constantly winning the fight, there is a very real, very high price to pay. And it's not just about missing out on some goal. It's about all the amazing potential that we leave locked up inside of us. I want you to just take a second and really, really think about this question. It's intense, I know, but it is so important. If right now was it, if this was your last day on Earth, what incredible things inside of you would disappear forever? What would the world miss out on? And we're not talking about some vague concept here. We're talking about those dreams you've always had but never chased. Those incredible ideas you were too scared to voice. The natural talents you never bothered to develop. The book you never wrote. The song you never composed. The team you never led. When it all comes down to it, it's about your voice, the one you never used. That is the true cost of letting fear run your life. Okay, so we know what the problem is. Now let's talk about the solution. And this is where we have to completely change the way we think about things. This next part is a total paradigm shift. It's this wild idea that failure isn't something that stops you from succeeding. Failure is actually the road you take to get there. Just let that phrase sit with you for a moment. You will fail your way to success. This isn't about trying to avoid failure. It's about accepting that it's part of the process. The whole point isn't to never mess up. It's to mess up, figure out why, learn something, and then get right back up and go again. And hey, this isn't just some feel-good quote. Check out the data. If you take 10 millionaires, on average, 8 of them, 8, have gone completely bankrupt at least once. They didn't just have a bad day, they hit rock bottom. They didn't succeed by avoiding failure, they succeeded because they went through it and kept going. That huge failure was the launch pad for their success. So this is what it's all about. Being unstoppable has nothing to do with being perfect or never falling down. It's a choice. It's a mindset you choose to adopt, or you are 100% willing to fail over and over and over again because you know, deep down, that it's the only real path to get where you want to go. So how do we actually do this? How do we make this real in our everyday lives? Well, you start by completely changing how you look at challenges. You stop seeing them as roadblocks that get in your way, and you start seeing them as opportunities designed to make you better. Just look at the difference here. The standard reaction, the one most of us have, is to let challenges knock us down. We let hard times make us weaker, we let problems defeat us. But the unstoppable reaction, it's the complete opposite. It's making a conscious choice to use those same challenges to lift you up, to find your strength in adversity, and to let problems push you to a higher level. So what does that look like day to day? It's really just 4 simple steps. 1, when life knocks you on your butt, you stand up. Period.
you don't stay down. 2, you dig in. You plant your feet and get ready for the fight. 3, you line up your problems. You get specific. You stop letting them feel like this giant, scary cloud, and you look them in the eye. And finally, number 4, you confront them. You go right at them, head on.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. This is all about what you say to yourself. It's about the internal soundtrack, the mantra that's going to fuel this entire unstoppable mindset. See, this whole thing, this entire philosophy, it comes down to one powerful idea that you tell yourself. And it starts right here. You are the one who decides when the game is over. It's not over just because you failed. It's not over because it got hard. It's not over until I get through it. It's not over until I get over it.
And it is not over until I get what I came for. It's not over until I win. So what do you need in your toolkit to make this happen? It really just boils down to these 3 things. First, you need courage. The courage to look failure in the face and go for it anyway. Second, you need determination, that grit to keep putting one foot in front of the other no matter what. And last but most important, you need personal responsibility. This is on you. No one's coming to save you. It's your dream, your fight.
So there you have it. The mindset, the tools, the whole philosophy. The path to where you want to go isn't around failure. It's straight through it. So the only real question left is this one right here. What is that big dream, that idea, that thing that's so important to you that you are now willing to fail for it? What will you dare to fail at tomorrow?